So good morning. It's a nice fall morning here, and I thought today do a little review of the bike. And the bike in question is the Honda CRF250L, and this is a 2013 model. Well, I can tell you that I'm super happy with this bike so far. I mean, and I know I'm going to remain happy with it. It's been dependable. It performs well. It gets me where I want to go, and basically, you know, I use it to commute around in the city, and I use it to cruise around local highways even, and also to get up into the hills. This bike will take me anywhere I want to go. Never felt unstable up in the hills or on the road. In the city, it's a real good bike. At least I think so anyway, because you know, you got this high sitting position. I mean, I'm right up here. I can see the traffic. You know, if you're lower down, you just don't see what you see on this bike. And it's very nimble. Gas mileage, fantastic. You gotta love that. I think on average, maybe something like 90 miles to the gallon, 85, 90 in that range. And it still performs well enough. I mean, it's only a 250cc, but it's got plenty of torque. It doesn't have the power of some of the bikes, you know, like the Yamaha WR250R, but you could get it up there if you wanted for still less money than you'd pay for that bike, and have some of the other conveniences of this one. The thing that I did though, I changed the front sprocket from the 14 tooth that was stock to a 13 tooth. A lot of guys do that, and it's a big improvement. I mean, huge. We live in a mountainous area here, so level roads are rare, and you need that. You need the higher gear ratios to get the lower gearing. And when you do that, you slip that 13 tooth on, it pulls a lot better in all the gears. And 6th gear on this bike, a lot of people will tell you that it doesn't really pull that well. I mean, if you're on a level road, great, you know, but that's about it. So now, 6th gear is suddenly very useful. So I would thoroughly recommend changing the front sprocket to the 13 tooth. Now a lot of people will also change the rear sprocket to a 42 I should say, from the stock 40. And I may do that in spring. I'm not sure, but I may do, because a little more improvement in the same direction, you know, a little higher ratios would be better. I think it would still have enough speed on the highways for the highway that I do, and it would perform better off-road, I think. Not that it doesn't perform well now, because it does, but it would be good to have 2nd gear a little lower, and 3rd gear same, you know, a little lower, and a little bit more snap, you know, a little more pull in the gears. So that would be something that I'll probably do in spring. The other thing I might do is I might put in the EJK fuel controller, and that just allows the fuel injection to map the fuel in a different way. for more power. I was just trying to think of any negative that I could say about the bike, any problems I've had. You know, the only negative is, and you probably can't hear it, maybe you can, I don't know if I duck down, but there's it's kind of a clacking sound. It's, you know, it's not that nice engine sound. You often hear this clacking, and what it is the cam chain tensioner, and it has a rattle to it, you know, and it's most annoying. You know, Honda tell me, well, it's not going to do any harm. It's just the way it is. But without it, when it doesn't do it, it's nice. It's very sweet. Okay, so we can get up to a bit of speed here. With this 13-tooth front sprocket, this is 6th gear and it's pulling pretty good. You know, before with the 14-tooth, if you were going uphill, you wouldn't be able to accelerate too well in 6th. Like this hill right here, I may have to shift down, or not. So I'm in 5th right now. It's a very smooth motor. And now we're in 6th. No vibration on this bike at all. Very, very smooth. Once you get the stock tires worn down just a little bit, there's absolutely no handling issues. I gotta warm up first. Okay. I would highly recommend this bike to anyone who wants the type of bike that it is, you know. It's great. Great commuter and fantastic up in the hills on the dirt. A lot of people complain about the stock tires, but I've had no issues really. The front washes out a little bit too much on gravel forest service roads, but you know, I don't like forest service roads as is. I like to get on the trails. It's a lot safer, I think. And the rear tire I've had no problem with. This IRC, I think it's a GP22, something like that. It's 11,000 some odd miles or kilometers, and it's, well, you can see it's still not down to the 3mm minimum tread in the center, you know. So you couldn't really ask for more than that. I've never lost bite with it, you know, except in mud, you know, deep mud, something like that. But what tire is going to grip there, right? So it's been really good. I mean, I think maybe, depending on price, I might just buy the same tire again in the spring, you know, or I may go something else. Next thing would be handguards, right there, and I may go with the foldable mirror type, the, what is it, the I forget, but anyway, yeah, good solid protection. They have, and then foldable mirrors to replace these mirrors so that they're not the mirror just hanging up there waiting to catch a branch or whatever. You can fold them down if you're off-road, so that makes sense. And then I got to get a skid plate, You know, the stock skid plate is just going to protect against stones, you know, on the bottom, but there's nothing to protect over here, especially with the water pump and that type of thing. So you want a better skid plate, but that's common, eh? Okay, let's head back. My hands have thawed out, sort of.